KPIX 5 political reporter Melissa Kane has a rare on-the-record account of what happened behind closed doors. Melissa?
Veronica, we learned today that it was Congressman Eric Swalwell who got Hope Hicks to admit that she was asked to tell white lies for the president. We sat down with Congressman Swalwell, and he revealed the details of his line of questioning and Hicks's testimony.
Now, to me, if your response to the question, have you ever been asked to lie for your boss, is to take a time out, we already know the answer.
White House aide Hope Hicks was questioned on Tuesday behind closed doors at the House Intelligence Committee. Congressman Eric Swalwell sits on that committee, and he tells us that Hicks says she and the president were unusually close because of all the time they spent together.
And she described it in her own words as it was nothing typical about it, that this was not a typical employer-employee relationship. And so I asked her, if she saw herself as loyal to him. And she asked, well, what do you mean by loyalty? And I said, well, how do you define it? And Ms. Hicks said that she defined loyalty as committed. So I asked her if she thought, she was committed to him, and she said fully.
Then he asked what he says is a standard question.
And I thought the next natural question was to ask her if she'd ever been asked by Mr. Trump to lie for him. And to me, that seems like a pretty straightforward question. And from there, she conferred with her lawyers, took a pretty long time out, stepped outside of the room, and came back and said that she had never been asked to lie for him with respect to the Russia investigation. I asked her if she'd been asked to lie around anything else, and she refused to answer.
The congressman asked for a subpoena to force Hicks to answer the question.
Again, we saw more timeouts, more conferring with her lawyer, and then finally she said that she had never knowingly lied for Mr. Trump, but that sometimes white lies were told. And then I went on to ask her if other individuals on the campaign and within the family had asked her to lie, including Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, Steve Bannon, Paul Manafort, Jared Kushner, Michael Cohen, and others. And she went from there, refused to answer.
Now, today, Florida Republican Tom Rooney, who also sits on the House Intelligence Committee, blasted Swalwell, saying this whole line of questioning was a trap and they sent her down a rabbit hole that she could not get out of, and it was completely unfair. Now, Congressman Swalwell says Rooney was not in the room for part of the questioning, and Swalwell says he asked similar questions to other people close to the president.
This is a closed-door hearing. This is a committee hearing, and it's not open to the press or the public. But I think really at the heart of what most voters want is the truth. What happened?
Well, so Congressman Swalwell says that, while this was a sort of closed-door meeting, that this has been made an issue by Republicans who are trying to protect the White House by attacking the person asking the question. So he's talking about this small part of the hearing to sort of clarify for everyone now that it's been made an issue.
The white lies.
Yes.
Okay. Melissa, thank you for that.